it's Meggie Kay, and over the last year that I have been living in New Zealand, I have grown accustomed to the Kiwi food, and some I really liked and some was kind of disgusting, so I thought I would make a video and share with you the food that I have been eating over the last year. Now, I actually asked a Kiwi friend what he thought was like very stereotypical Kiwi food, was the number one thing that just pops into his head when I say New Zealand food, and he said fish and chips. And while in my head that's a very English thing, and I feel like a lot of people from North America view fish and chips as being very English, I had a tour guide here in New Zealand that said the English may have invented fish and chips, but the Kiwis have perfected it, and I would agree with that statement. I felt like it was really well said. The Kiwis do some pretty mean fish and chips. Another thing that I totally associate with New Zealand is meat pies. And I know it's kind of like the fish and chip thing. Meat pies are in England and they're really big in Australia too. I have always thought of meat pies as being a New Zealand thing. Is it because I watch Departures non-stop and that's what Scott ate during their New Zealand road trip like every single day? Maybe. I'm easily influenced by media. I don't know. Could have been the television. But I totally ate so many meat pies, especially doing road trips and stopping at little roadside cafes. They will always have meat pies and they are pretty dang good. I feel like that was the reason I gained weight in New Zealand. So many meat pies. So many meat pies. Now, another little weird quirk has to do with hot chocolate, and it has to do with the fact that you always get marshmallows with hot chocolate. Now, in Canada, you can get marshmallows and hot chocolate. That's not an odd concept, but if I go to a cafe and I order a hot chocolate, I'm not expecting there to be marshmallows in it. But in New Zealand, I expect to have marshmallows in my hot chocolate. And the other thing about these marshmallows is that they are not the kind of marshmallows I am used to. They taste different. They have like a different texture and consistency. They are not as chewy and gummy as the ones I know, because in Canada, I don't actually like marshmallows. I was that kid at campfires that wouldn't make s'mores because I just don't like marshmallows. But I actually do like the New Zealand marshmallows, and if I get a hot chocolate without marshmallows, I'm a little disappointed. And actually, speaking of marshmallows, I would even extend this to the chocolate fish that are in New Zealand, which are just like the strawberry flavored marshmallows covered in chocolate and shaped like a fish. They are pretty good. And again, I typically don't like marshmallow or marshmallowy like foods, but for some reason, they taste different in New Zealand, and I am actually all for marshmallows in New Zealand. Bring on the marshmallows. So actually, something I did not like in New Zealand was something called pineapple lumps, which are these pineapple flavored candy things covered with chocolate. And they were disgusting. And it wasn't even the odd combination of pineapple and chocolate that I didn't like. It was the texture. I found it so difficult to just bite into these things. They hurt my teeth. How do you even eat these? I was so confused on how to eat them because, like, I just couldn't bite into it. I couldn't chew it. It would get stuck all in my teeth, and it was just a mess. So while the flavors were okay with the pineapple lumps, it was the consistency, the texture, the fact that I couldn't physically eat them without hurting myself. It was just, it's a mess. Pineapple lumps can stay in New Zealand. No, ew. So anyways, those were the foods that I came to know and enjoy, and the little quirky things that I noticed surrounding food in New Zealand. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel adventures.